Well, I've set myself up for a commitment. I might want a screenshot of this. Hello, everyone. Santa here, and I'm going to go ahead and play through this trilogy of games, Final Fantasy XIII, or at least that's my intention and my plan. Now, I have, in the past, started this game and gotten all of about half an hour in. I've been curious about what it does and what happens in it and all of those sorts of things. I haven't actually played any of the mainline Final Fantasy games. I have played Crystal Chronicles. That one has left a very mixed taste in my mouth, predominantly because I had some very uncoordinated friends that loved playing it. And then I have also played Tactics Advanced, but I know that neither of those are a mainline Final Fantasy game, and so I kind of want to see what they're like, and I was curious about what happened in this one. I saw a playthrough of Final Fantasy XIII Lightning Returns, or I think the order's the other way, but I saw a playthrough of that, and it made me curious about what happened in the plot. So here we are. I expect this to take a while. Just one word of note before I enter. I don't really know what's going to go on in these, and I'm also kind of just going for a whatever % happens to occur. I'm not going to, or at least I'm not planning on looking up any sort of walkthrough materials or anything. We don't need to see that again. So expect this to be a, let's see if there's any settings that I want on here. Good. Subtitles is good. Toggle display speaker names above side. Yeah, let's turn that on. I don't. Some of these, it's hard to know what specific things to use, but okay. Yeah, I don't need to see all your licensing information. Okay. But yeah, so I'm not necessarily going to try to get like every single little thing. My impression from talking with friends is that some of the side stuff can be very niggly. So I'm here to see what the general story looks like and what ends up happening. And that's my plan. So let's go ahead and get started. Yes. I'm actually playing this on a controller, but it's giving me all of the keyboard button prompts. So here we are.
The 13 days after we awoke were the beginning of the end.
Strong opening.
You serious?
Be quiet.
Best of luck. She did it! Hands high! You alright? I'm not a Lassie. So far, so good. They all want to fight.
Good for them.
I know there's a game in here somewhere, but right now it's just a bunch of impressive work by Square Enix's cinematics department.
Hey! Let's be rational now. Listen to the big guns now. What do we do?
Watch and learn.
Okay, what do we do? Active time battle tutorial. Sounds good! Yes, view the tutorial. Time flows continuously throughout the battle. Watch as your ATB gauge slowly charges. Okay, so that's the thing that the flashing box is around, I imagine. Okay. Characters perform actions by expending charged ATB gauge segments. Okay, I have 2 segments right now, it looks like. The actions which they perform depend on the commands you select. Right? Okay, that makes sense. You can input entire strings of commands, then unleash them all at once. Select Auto Battle to queue up a set of commands tailored to your situation. Select abilities to specify individual commands as you see fit. A description of each command will be displayed at the top of the screen. For now, try selecting the Auto Battle command, move the cursor to Auto Battle, and then press to select it. Cool. A works. 2 attack actions have just been placed in your command queue. As you learn new abilities, you will use commands other than attack. It will also become possible to create longer strings of commands. Okay, so I imagine some commands have, like, take multiple segments. And I probably will get more segments as time goes on. Next, you will need to choose the target of your attacks. If you're fighting multiple enemies, select your target using thing and then confirm with thing. You can only face one enemy, or you only face one enemy this time, so the choice is simple. Press the accepted button to confirm your target, and you will execute your 2 attack commands immediately. Once you have finished your attacks, enter more commands and continue fighting until you have defeated the enemy. Note that you'll only be able to control the actions of lightning. Zaz will fight on his own, supporting her as he deems best. Good luck. From here on out, how you fight is up to you. So I also have Blitz. I don't know if Blitz is any good, but I have it. Okay, so I can queue them up and they'll be executed when it's done, it looks like. They're very cinematic.
Fall back.
Not so tough now, huh? Hey, that wasn't like a challenge now, all right? Hey! Calm it down.
I don't know if I wish this had quick time events or not.
Jump!
Well, the Chocobo stuck the landing. I think that's a Chocobo.
This thing won't give up.
So if you have a Chocobo living in your hair and it, like, I don't know, does that biological thing of relieving itself, isn't that bad for you? I don't know what defensive options I might have, if any. I feel like auto battle is something you probably use for a lot of general encounters. Do I have any control over her? Doesn't seem like it. My guess is there's some timing-related thing I could be doing to be doing better. I have no idea if I have any potions. I think that automatically gives you a 5. I don't think I did super well on that, but okay. Yeah, I got a potion. That seems like it might be useful.
Oh goodness. Woo. We did it. Aren't you supposed to protect civilians, soldier? I mean, you are Sanctum, aren't you? What are you doing trying to stop the purge? Why don't you tell me that?
I was a soldier.
Hey, where do you think you're going? Man. Chocobo, we just can't catch a break, can we? Yeah, that's a good question. Oh well, I better follow up. I'm getting too old for this.
How old are you? Like 25? RPGs seem to have a very strange range of ages. Yes. Oh no, that is so wrong. X-axis is fine. Y-axis needs to not be inverted. I want standard for both. Yes. Primer. You possess an advanced digital journal known as a datalog. Cool. It's a PDA that autonomously streams information deemed pertinent. I guess people don't really have PDAs anymore. PDA standing for Personal Digital Assistant, not to be confused with Public Displays of Affection. But like the phone and tablet and stuff have completely obsoleted the PDA, but like a Palm Pilot or whatever. That was a long time ago. Anyway, we have a datalog that autonomously streams information deemed pertinent. Whenever the datalog records a new entry, a notice will appear in the upper left corner of the screen. To peruse entries, press E to open. Okay. Cool.
You sure we can get through here?
Okay, so that's pause. Do I like... Actually, that's fine. I'm trying to decide if I want my X inverted. Y is menu. Of course it is. Okay. Wait, what? Maybe that? Now I'm really confused. Ah, on-screen button explanations. There we go. Okay, now that's working the way that I want it to. Save. That seems like a prudent thing to do. Okay, let's create new save data. Yes. Like I said, I have played like
It's a mess is what this is.
a little bit of this game previously. It said that I'd played half an hour. Actually, can I shop for anything? The Unicorn Mart. Reliable service from a name you can trust at Unicorn Mart. Your health is our business. Our expert pharmacists are standing by day and night to send you whatever you need, wherever you need it. Okay, so I can... Oh, I already have a bunch of potions. Okay, I think I'm probably fine then. Enemy encounters. Many and various enemies stalk the roads that you must travel. Upon entering an enemy's detection radius, the minimap in the upper right corner of the screen will flash in warning. Coming into contact with any enemy will initiate a battle. Okay. Oh, X is the map. Because of course it is. Let's go after this guy. Okay, these guys are pretty weak. Cool. I don't know why you would display the spoils.
What do you suppose this is?
I'm pushing X because I want it to interact somehow. Okay. Well. Okay, and that shows me the save
Army
station.
leaving its toys out now? Fixing to dish me already, huh? Hey now.
Okay, there's auto jump points, it looks like. There's something going on with the stuff in the upper right corner in those battles, but I don't know what it is just yet. So yeah. But yeah, Steam tells me that I played half an hour of this game, so I'm looking to... and I don't remember, like, hardly anything from it, quite frankly, except for some of this bridge section. In terms of just, like, it existing. So... Excellent. So I'm curious to see where this actually ends up going. It is a war zone, you're right. What's this?
Not like low-flying things trying to kill me.
Oh, this must be a treasure chest. Yeah.
Not wanting to get purged, I get. But taking on trained soldiers?
Better to die than get sent to Pulse. It's hell under the brimstone.
Yeah, well, hell's not sounding too bad. Because this place ain't exactly paradise.
Domesticated peacekeepers. Nothing to worry about.
Maybe not for a soldier girl, but I'm trying to say, hey! Guess we, gotta fight.
We do have a fight on our hands. I see. So Blitz is area of effect. Stagger. Okay. So I got something called a stagger, which is from getting its meter up. And it seems to be good for me when that happens, and probably bad for me if that happens to me. I would assume, based on the name, that it means that the enemy is incapacitated. Ooh, Phoenix down. And a Chip Fang. I don't know what that's for. But I don't actually know. This looks like a save point. I don't need new save data. I can just save over this data. Okay, so I want to see what's up here, if anything. This is not as tight of a camera as I would like. Hey, 2 free potions. Excellent.
No need to be pushing now.
Anybody who watched Bloodstained knows that I like to save a lot.
Yeah, you must be real nice from up there.
I have a feeling this game's going to get a little bit more interesting when I unlock some more abilities that do things. Iron Bangle. Oh, I see. And here the camera is locked. Oh, I can just walk around that bit. Okay. Sure. I wonder how much positionality there is in this game.
Preemptive strike.
Rebels! So much for the element of surprise.
I mean, preemptive strike is a common thing. Item usage tutorial, okay. Yeah, view the tutorial. Whenever your HP begins to run low in combat, you can heal yourself using items to avoid being knocked out. Select the items command to open your party inventory. It looks like you have some potions which restore HP when consumed. The number next to an item's name tells you how many items of that type you have. Move the cursor to the name of the item you should use, potion, and press A. All allies? Okay. Since a single potion heals your entire battle team, you do not need to specify a target. Using items is a free action, so you will recover HP immediately without expending any charged segments of your HP gauge. When you find yourself in a pinch, don't hesitate to use a potion. Remember, even if your allies are still standing, it's game over if the enemy manages to KO Lightning. Okay, I see. So Lightning is definitely the main character. I think these guys are actually a little bit more fragile, so I should try to take that guy down. Okay, so you will use both attacks if the enemy dies mid-combat. Okay, so stagger doesn't stop them from doing anything. Maybe it means they take more damage?
Do we turn back?
There's no time.
Then what do you suggest we do?
Quiet.
That's a different game.
Hey! 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 Wait! No, no, don't leave me!
Let go!
No, hell no! You're my only way out of here! No! Hey, that might get us across. Right there.
Looks that way.
All right, you leave this to me.
Looks like we'd be fighting. There, I got that guy out of the way. No spoils.
Hey now. Seems to be in working order.
Wait, what seems to be in working order? Oh, this. That was a pretty good jump from Zaz's part, honestly.
Not our lucky day.
Deportees, are we? Weapons down. I'd hate for this to turn ugly.
Turn ugly?
He wants to kill us without a fight.
Time's up!
Attack chain tutorial. That sounds important. Yes, please. To initiate an attack chain, first select auto battle or attack from the abilities menu. Okay. Attack. See the bar displayed beneath your target's name? This is known as the chain gauge. Keep an eye on the chain gauge as you strike. Okay, I guess I'm attacking him. Yep. I see it goes up. When you attack an enemy, its chain gauge fills. Hit home and the percentage beneath increases. This percentage is called the chain bonus. The more times you hit an enemy, the more damage it will take from subsequent attacks. Continue pummeling this Psycho Marauder, boosting your chain bonus until the gauge is full. Okay. Once the chain gauge is full, one further blow will stagger your foe. A staggered enemy takes greater damage when attacked. Chaining attacks to stagger powerful adversaries is essential to defeating them. Be aware, however, that an enemy's chain gauge begins to draw the moment it is staggered. Once the gauge is empty, the enemy will no longer be staggered. Okay, that all seems pretty straightforward. So it's saying that you kind of want to focus fire strong enemies at them. Or that guy can go down. That'll work. I don't know what rating does for battles, if there's any sort of relevance to it. A credit chip A.
So, soldier. What's your angle? What? Classified military info? Huh? What's the matter? You quit, didn't you? Did you think I'm gonna go out there and just tell everybody your secrets?
See. My angle. I'm after the Fal'Cie. Still happy you tagged along.
Hopefully they'll explain what that Fal'Cie thing is.
Didn't have a choice.
On behalf of the Cocoon citizens, I would like to thank our brave false pioneers and express our best wishes for a successful relocation. Your noble and selfless sacrifice ensures the continued safety and peace of our society. Were it not for this remarkable gesture, every resident of Cocoon, your family, your friends, your neighbors, would be exposed to the dangers of the world below. By choosing to leave Cocoon and participating in this migration,
Migration? More like extermination.
Huge. You stay here.
So sorry. I didn't mean to.
These people need heroes. Here. You keep your cool, and they will too. You got it?
Got it.
What's our motto?
The army's no match for Nora.
That a boy.
The Resistance Front. Hanging Edge. So what I'm gathering so far is that there is something called the Cocoon, which I assume is a big air base. Actually, maybe this will have... Ooh! This seems like a good way to probably end out this episode, is read through a bunch of these. Events. Chapter 1. Defiers of Fate. Lightning and Saz are held aboard a military purge train along with a group of civilians destined for exile. In stark contrast to the uncertain and despairing people around her, Lightning appears determined and focused. She seizes upon an instant of inattention to disable a guard, and her impressive display inspires Saz and the other civilians to take up arms against the soldiers. After clashing with army forces, the train crashes to a halt in the war-torn district known as the Hanging Edge. Saz attempts to figure out Lightning's angle. I keep wanting to make a joke like pi over 2, but she shows a little desire to share. The former soldier throws herself into battle without the slightest hint of hesitation. What could be driving her? Fields of War. Suspect citizens of Cocoon are wrenched from their tranquil existence and threatened with exile to the world of Pulse. The purge has begun. The land below is said to crawl with unknown perils, and terrified civilians begin to rebel against the purge. So are they having overcrowding problems or something? That's what it sounds like. Like, this is something that you need to think about in some sort of setting where you have a restrained space, a very restrained space, like a space station is a good example, is you only have so much capacity for things. And it sounds like this is somewhat similar to that, so maybe they're running against that. We'll find out. A revolt also occurs on the train transporting purged deportees, as Lightning's battle against the guards galvanizes the other prisoners into action. The train comes to a halt in the district of the Hanging Edge, now a hellish war zone where soldiers open fire indiscriminately upon civilians. Lightning makes her way through the middle of the conflict, all but ignoring her uninvited companion, Saz. She seems determined to press onwards, even when the path before her is destroyed by military strikes. The peaceful citizens of Cocoon live in constant fear of invasion by the forces of Pulse, the world below and supposed home of terrors unknown. Were even a single Pulsian agent to be discovered on Cocoon, panic and civil unrest would be sure to follow. threatening the very fabric of society. To prevent such a calamity, the Sanctum, Cocoon's governing body, initiates the Purge, a government initiative officially entailing the deportation of all those who may have come into contact with corrupting Pulsian influences. I see, so that's what the Purge is. However, the Sanctum army is now brutally slaughtering the civilians they were supposed to be deporting. Realizing that the Purge is nothing more than a massacre in disguise, Snow leads the young freedom fighters of Nora in an effort to protect the Purge deportees from the Sanctum soldiers. Okay. The 13 days? Day 13 exile? A fal'Cie of Pulse origin. Okay, so that's... Okay, so whatever a fal'Cie is, of Pulse origin, so that's from the planet below, was discovered within a vestige on the... Okay. You're throwing nouns at me. You need to define your nouns. On the outskirts of Bottom 2 days previously, having apparently spent centuries in hibernation with humans none the wiser to its presence, the Sanctum deemed the potential contamination by pulse magic a risk too great to overlook, and immediately enacted legislation permitting the Purge, an involuntary removal of the fal'Cie and the entire population of Bottom from Cocoon. Okay, so Bottom sounds like some sort of district or something within this Cocoon. The fal'Cie is some sort of thing that is from the planet below, which is called Pulse, and the Sanctum is the government, and apparently there's magic that comes from the Pulse. Okay? Deportees were told only that they would be transported to Pulse. Okay. History and myth. Pulse. Resting in Cocoon's shadow, the sprawling and enigmatic lower world of Pulse is home to a multitude of terrors. The land is commonly believed to be inhospitable to human life, and a strict ban on interworld travel forbids citizens of Cocoon from venturing there to challenge this hypothesis. Not even members of the Sanctum's upper echelon can claim to have seen the surface with their own eyes, but the attempted invasion by the world's savage armies several centuries ago is well documented. Widespread fear of a repeated assault persists among the populace even today, with colloquial references often likening the world to a manner of living hell. Okay. Locales. Cocoon. From her lofty seat, the world of Cocoon has long enjoyed tranquility. The interior of her spherical shell supports several sprawling cities and a population numbering in the tens of millions. So it's a kind of a Dyson sphere type situation. Well, not quite Dyson sphere, but like, it makes me think of the original Star Trek series episode. I think it was, yeah, season 3 of the original Star Trek, of the sky being hollow, I think. I reached up and touched the sky and it's hollow. I forget. It's a ridiculously long name. But where they were inside a thing, and they thought that was the world. Okay, although a variety of dangerous beasts prowl the wilds, advanced technology and the protection of the world's fal'Cie keepers ensure residents a peaceful and prosperous existence. Travel to the lower world of Pulse is forbidden, but given their deep-seated cultural fears of the place, Cocoon citizens would not even think to venture beyond the paradise they know. The Hanging Edge. A relic of days before the War of Transgression. Okay, that sounds important. The Hanging Edge is located near Cocoon's outer rim. The area was once a thriving urban center, but residents were forced to abandon the location when an attack by Pulsian forces cracked Cocoon's shell during the conflict several centuries past. It was since designated a restricted zone and, with civilian access prohibited, soon became nothing more than a name on local maps. Alright, Cocoon Society, the Sanctum. Cocoon's central government, the Sanctum, holds supreme executive, legislative, and judicial power. Right, so the power to do stuff, make laws, and judge. It also maintains directive authority over the military. Despite the fact that Cocoon was built by the fal'Cie and not by humans, fal'Cie opts to participate only superficially in governmental affairs, leaving Cocoon's administration entirely at the discretion of the human Sanctum and its Primarch, Galanth Dicely. Okay, so fal'Cie sounds like a species, some sort of supernatural species then. The Purge. The millions who call Cocoon home, the lower world of Pulse represents a constant source of fear. Suspected association with Pulse means stigmatization as an enemy of the state and all mankind, even for born and raised citizens of Cocoon. The recent discovery of a fal'Cie from Pulse... Okay, so There's Fulci who are not from Pulse, and a Fulci who is from Pulse. Okay, so there's a significant distinction between these. Near the city of Bottom caused widespread civil unrest. After placing the city's entire population under quarantine due to the possibility of contamination, the Sanctum then announced its intent to forcibly relocate the affected to Pulse in an emergency measure dubbed by authorities as the Purge. Nora. The paramilitary organization known as Nora is a group composed of like-minded youths, assembled by Snow and self-funded by the operation of a seaside cafe in Bottom. Right, which is not going well anymore. Functioning as a neighborhood watch of sorts, Nora members patrol the vicinity of Bottom for trouble. Most often, trouble consists of encroachment by dangerous forms of wildlife. Nora had never openly acted out against the Sanctum prior to the Purge, and because of this, the military had been content to turn a blind eye to the group's activities. I see. And then we have some gameplay basics, enemy intel, soldiers, Psycom shock troops, Psycom enforcer. Okay, so this gives me stats on them, drop rates, things like that. Psycom wardens, normal for all of these elements. Fire, ice, lightning, water, wind, earth, physical and magic or something? That's what it looks like. Aerial recon. I don't know what their common drop is, but I do know they're a rare drop. They take less damage from the sword icon. And then the Marauder is this big boy, who also takes halved damage from the sword icon. Drops a credit chip commonly. Then we have the militarized units. So Razor Claws, these guys, they're weak to fire and lightning. And then Annihilators, which is this guy. Weak to lightning and water. Okay, so does this have... I figured out most of the stuff. Shopping. Yeah, you can purchase stuff. Okay, I'm not too worried about that. Auto talk. Upon approaching the other characters you encounter while exploring, you will often be spoken to or overhear something being said. These conversations occur automatically and do not require any action on your part. So some conversations require you to push things to talk, others don't. Object interaction. Press A to activate objects. Okay, cool. That's straightforward. Okay, so they've given me this, but they haven't taught me anything about the other things. Cool. You have attack and hand grenade. Okay, I can see that there's a lot of stuff here. Yes, I know. Okay, I don't need to go over all of this. Alrighty, well, that to me feels like a good spot to end this episode. Ooh, there's something for me to pick up next time. So until then, everyone, take care, and goodbye.